Greetings, the Astro 30 here, back again with another fun-filled episode of the Astro 30's Electronics Lab. Well, I say it's fun-filled because that's the way I roll. By the end of this video, it may not be so fun-filled. Anyway, what are we looking at today? Well, I'm looking at a product review, and I've got this little headphone amplifier designed for, in this case, a bass guitar. They do make ones for guitar. It resembles a VOX amplifier head. It's called the amPlug 2, so it must be a version 1. This one's specifically designed for bass. Plug in, get bass amp tone with compression and boost. There's the VOX logo there, and I paid $73 for it from McCann's Music Centre in Hobart, and it was reduced from $84.99. Not a bad little discount there. There's the VOX logo saying amPlug 2 bass, headphone amplifier or headphone guitar amplifier for bass, but this doesn't actually say where it's made. Yes, it does, I just can't see it. It says designed and engineered by VOX Amplification Limited, England, and over here it says made in Japan, which is kind of unusual in this day and age to find any product still made in Japan. Most of it's made in China or Taiwan now, so there you go. So I'll just open the package here. Does it come with an instruction booklet? Yes, it does. Well, it comes with a booklet. I'm not sure if it's an instruction booklet. It says AC30 Classic Rock Metal Owner's Manual. There's all the different information in different languages, like German in this case. There's some French. Got to find out where the English version is. On the other side, of course it is. It's battery operated, runs on 2 AAA batteries, so you probably end up getting around 3 hours, maybe, depending on the type of battery you use, playtime out of it. So yeah, it's not really all that interesting of a manual. There's some more information about it. The specifications: power supply is 2 AAA batteries. Battery life in an AC30 Classic Rock Metal is 11 hours or 17 hours. Alkaline, FX on, FX off. 4 hours and 9 minutes zinc carbon with FX on or FX off. For bass, 11 hours or 17 hours on alkaline, rhythm on, rhythm off. 4 hours or 9 hours zinc carbon with rhythm or rhythm off. Okay, included 2 AAA batteries, which is always nice. So throwing that junk aside, there's the batteries, and here is the unit. It is quite a cute looking thing with a 6.5mm phono jack. Battery compartment is here, and it does have a screw in there, so we might actually be able to take this apart and have a look at what's on the inside, which will make for an interesting video. But first I'm just going to pop the batteries in. It's not rechargeable. It would have been nice if it was. Just had to turn the iris up a bit. I did scrape a bit of the covering material off the edge of the battery here when I was trying to open this plastic package. Not all that bad anyway. I've got plenty of AAAs anyway. So just put that battery in there. Those spring terminals are nice and tight. So what are these anyway? Super heavy duty manganese battery, mercury and cadmium free, or cadmium I should say, free. Yeah, Nova cell. Let me blank how to operate the camera's features there for a second. So pop that back in, pop the cover back on, turn it over. Now that's the rhythm button. So we got volume, tempo, tone and volume, but I don't know if this thing is on. Oh, there it is. On the side here. There we go. Now we've got a green LED that's telling me it's turned on. The build quality of this is not the greatest. There's a little bit of a gap here in the casing, but generally, yeah, it's okay. So I've got no way of really letting you guys hear what this sounds like except through the pair of headphones. So actually it's got 2 modes. I don't know what that does. 3 modes. Yeah, okay. I'll find out by playing with the switch what it does. But I'm going to plug it into an instrument and some headphones in and see what it sounds like, because we've got phones here and an auxiliary input here, which is interesting. So you could actually obviously mix in some music, so play along with music type thing. Another neat feature is it actually rotates. Kind of nice. Yeah. Alright, so I've got headphones plugged in, it's not turned on yet. Alright, I don't hear anything yet. I do now. That's up, I've got it up full and it's pretty loud. So what does this button do? Changes modes. There's actually less gain on those extra modes. That's the most gain. Okay. Sounds alright to me. So I've got one of the earphones right up close to the microphone of the camera, and I don't know how well it's going to pick it up, but so hopefully that picked it up. If not, well, sorry, I can't do anything about it. I don't have a direct cable into my interface to do it with. But anyway, moving on. Okay, so let's try and pop this apart. It'll void the warranty, but yeah, you know, that's how I roll. So take the little Phillips screw out of the center here and see if the casing comes apart. Hopefully without too much protesting. I think it's slightly clipped in. Yes, it is. We've got to be careful of that. I nearly just ripped a wire out. Oh. So here we can see there's a few surface mount chips here. Offhand, I can't tell you what they are. I'll have to look at them under some better light. But yeah, it's all surface mount. On the other side here, there is some surface mount capacitors. Which is pretty standard for this sort of stuff. And there is another chip there. It says 4118. With a little bit better light, I can see that it says TO64. Okay. The other one also says TO64 with OCK under it. And they look like a dual inline 14-pin package of some description. This one over here, I still can't quite read that. It says TY2367, something like that. But these extra length on the leads that haven't been cut off is pretty piss poor. But yeah, generally speaking, it is a good little design here, and it's all SMD and SOT packages, and yeah, the overall build quality is reasonable, especially for Japanese sort of packaging here. Yeah, I've just reread that IC, this one here. It says TY2362. Yeah, this little IC here says TY2362. So I wonder if we can actually plug that in and to my phone, for instance, and just look up what it actually is. Right, well, according to my phone, it says it's a high-performance, low-voltage operational amplifier. Okay, and here's the data sheet for it. Very interesting. It's low supply voltage. The VCC can be as little as plus minus 1 volt, which is the minimum. It's bandwidth 7 megahertz with a high slew rate. It's made by Texas Instruments. There's a internal schematic of it. Pretty standard looking op-amp circuit, to be honest. There's a plus and minus, or inverting, non-inverting input as usual, output, and a VCC and V minus VCC. It's high performance, low voltage operational amplifier. Some other stats about it. Nothing terribly interesting. Some distortion curves and graphs. Well, that's not distortion curves, that's to do with supply current versus free air temperature and stuff. There's the maximum peak-to-peak output voltage, which according to this can be as high as 2.5 volt plus minus. Not a bad swing. Other technical aspects about it. Unfortunately, these two little ICs here I can't find any information on because TO64 is just too obscure. As for the other side here, let's put that over and move that out of the way. This little chip here, the FM3, it says CY9BF122K. Okay, so all I could find which was closely matching the numbers that are on it is this CY9BF122, which it is a CYBF122, but the letters after it aren't on the chip. They're completely different, but it is an ARM microcontroller, so it is an MCU. So I believe they're using that for the FX part of this unit. It doesn't actually give me a data sheet or anything on it, but it's made by Cypress Semiconductor, and its product category is ARM microcontroller. So yes, it has a microcontroller in it. How lovely. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm just going to put it back together now and hope it still works. It should do. I haven't really done anything that disastrous to it. Snaps together nicely. So I'll put the screw back in. Okay, put the batteries back in. That battery does not want to fit in there properly for some reason. There we go. And there we have it. It's now back together. So the Mini VOX bass headphone amplifier, what do I think of it? I think it's quite reasonable for the price. It does what it says. I haven't really gone through all the effects or anything on it yet. But other than that, it is quite a little nifty unit. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you can find this online. And just to reiterate, it's a amPlug 2. So just search that up on eBay or Google or somewhere, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find one. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video here because it's going on way too long. And remember, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And always remember to rate and comment below. And you can follow me on Facebook, and you can even support me on Patreon. Links are in the description below. And a hard day of pulling electronics apart deserves a nice beer. That was a clock falling on the floor. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you again next time.